Now, one of the things that we heard coming from the Nio Power Up event, which took place yesterday, is that Nio CEO indicated that when it comes to infrastructure, Nio is an infrastructure maniac. And they are not lying. This is just the truth. It's there. Because when it comes to the charging infrastructure, Nio is the company with most charging infrastructure, or most EV maker, or the EV maker with most charging infrastructure globally. This is something that is incredible, amazing to see Nio flourishing the way they are and becoming more aggressive when it comes to the deployment of the infrastructure. I mean, it is for this reason that the CEO stressed the point that out of this charging infrastructure, or the chargers which they are deploying, only 19.75% of the times those chargers are being utilized by Nio, but over 80% of the times those chargers are being utilized by the non-Nio users. And from this over 80%, BYD right there has got 17%, with Tesla having 13% and GAC having 7%. These are the top three of the car companies or EV makers that are mostly utilizing Nio's charging infrastructure, which shows you the kind of a company Nio has become. Nio is not only focused on selling cars, but it is a company that has become so aggressive when it comes to the infrastructure. And one of the things that so many of the investors are not seeing is that this infrastructure that Nio is currently deploying, they are just not deploying for the current demand, but they are preparing for what's coming in the future. They are preparing for the kind of demand we are going to see in the future. I mean, you will know that by next year June, Nio charging infrastructure will be found in each and every city in China, each and every area in China. There will be a Nio charging infrastructure or a Nio charger there, which is something that is just so amazing and shows you the commitment of Nio aggressively deploying this charging infrastructure. When we go to battery swapping station by 2026, Nio plans to have a battery swapping station at almost everywhere in China, or everywhere in China you are going to get Nio battery swapping station, which is something that is pretty exciting. And once again, it shows us the commitment that Nio is putting out there when it comes to deployment of this infrastructure, so that you are utilized to replenish the power in these EV cars that we see on the road. This is something that is amazing. This is something that is incredible. And to see that these chargers that Nio is deploying, ladies and gents, only 19.75% of the time they are being utilized by Nio users, whilst the other times, over 80% of the times, it's non-Nio users. It shows you the kind of a master Nio has become when it comes to infrastructure. Nio is not a company that is going to fail. Nio is a company that is set for greatness. I mean, what they announced yesterday of now planning not only to lease or to share battery swapping stations with their partners, but also give an opportunity for any EV maker to come and choose a location, build their own Nio battery swapping station, which they will use for their purpose. It is something that shows you the kind of a company Nio is becoming. You might not see where Nio could be, but I think some of the investors are really seeing what Nio is becoming. I mean, same goes to the charging infrastructure, the V2G or vehicle to grid infrastructure that they've started deploying, which allows users to come and discharge of their powers onto that to get some good returns or some good profits. That is another catalyst which is so amazing that Nio is doing to make sure that they not only sell these EV cars, but also help with grid stabilization, which that is the ultimate reason that the Chinese government will never allow Nio to go bankruptcy, will never allow Nio to go down the drain, because they are helping the country stabilize the grid. They are helping the country to also rise in terms of EV penetration. Because think about it, if Nio was not this aggressive when it comes to the deployment of infrastructure, there would be so many frustrations when it comes to the people that want to buy the EV cars. I mean, the fact that the sentiment around China of people switching to EV cars, it is because of infrastructure that like Nio, or this massive infrastructure like Nio that Nio is deploying and allowing other users to come and get their powers. Had it not been a company like Nio, I tell you, the penetration of EV in China would not be where it is right now. This is why Nio is an important player in this fast growing EV industry in China. This is one of the reasons why Nio will never fail. The government will never allow Nio to fail. They will keep on assisting Nio wherever they can. I mean, Wuhan, that city where Nio will be building the new headquarters for their Nio Power, that very government or that city injected 210 million worth of investment onto Nio, which is something that tells you that they really care. The government really cares about Nio, and Nio, it is that company that you have to admit that is set for greatness. So to see Nio having plans to continue aggressively deploying this infrastructure, it is a no-brainer that we are going to see them, of course, dominating the EV industry, not only maybe by selling cars, but by also an infrastructure. As the CEO said, I'll say it again, Nio is an infrastructure maniac, and they are doing this because they see the future. They are doing this because they see what is ahead, and this shows you of how reliable Nio is when it comes to the deployment of their infrastructure. The Nio CEO also said that wherever their users are, they will make sure that there is infrastructure to support the users. So if we see the entire world having Nio users there and there, guess what? We are going to see Nio making sure that there is infrastructure deployment at that particular areas or globally, which is something that shows you where Nio is going. Otherwise, with all that, I just thought I'd just give you this quick update, give you an update of where Nio is in terms of their infrastructure and how their infrastructure are being utilized, which is something that is pretty exciting, especially with the charging infrastructure. Battery swapping station, you will know that it's currently Nio that is utilizing this, and very soon we'll be seeing an alliance car from other brands coming to join and utilize Nio's battery swapping stations, which we look forward to, as that is projected to be coming by Q4 of 2025. So do your own DD before you buy this stock. I know the share price of Nio yesterday finished down 5%, but Nio, it is becoming a very massive, huge company, which those that are persevering throughout these headwinds will definitely be rewarded in the long term. Otherwise, that's all from me. I wish you nothing but the best in your stock market investing journey, and God bless you all.